this is somebody that I might lose my virginity
We had
to.
so much sexual attention. It was ridiculous.
Darius is the one that took my virginity.
It's just something that clicks between us.
After we did it, I went home. I told my mom and my sister Stacy that day.
We clicked pretty well.
Exactly.
Pretty well.
Wow.
I like it.
Things happen. All right. Welcome back to another episode of I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. I am Shaunda and I have a guest today. My guest is a very old friend. He's not too old, but introduce yourself.
I'm Darius.
Hi.
Also known as Twin.
Oh, right. Twin. Where have you been?
I don't start.
It's like, no. But yeah, me and Darius are twins. And I wanted to just reflect back on some old times that we had. In my previous episode, I talked about me learning sex. And I wanted to get into, I don't know how to describe it, but
Well,
Darius is the one that took my virginity. And I thank you. I actually did. I think I remember actually thanking you after we finished too.
think a lot. Thanking me?
Yeah, I thanked you after we were done.
Really?
Yeah.
That seemed like you. It
No, I was so nervous, but we did it.
We did. Teamwork makes the dream work.
No, but before we get into that story, I wanted to talk to you about you learning about sex, or if you had the conversation with your family members, mom or dad, anybody.
I think I grew up in a pretty, hypersexual household. So I ain't gonna say I was too familiar with it, but you see a lot of stuff. You get exposed to stuff early. All right, so I have all brothers, 4 brothers, and me and my twin are the youngest. So of course, all my older brothers lost their virginity before we did, and it became like a competition. So
Okay.
initially, I lied, said I lost my first just to have that small dub.
Okay.
And then I don't know how they figured out I lied, but my brother ended up losing his first. Then I lost mine.
He losing too.
Who did I lose it to? I don't want to say a name drop.
Okay.
But we both know her.
Yeah.
How
old were you?
14.
Yeah.
Going into my sophomore year. That summer. I don't think I knew you yet.
No.
Did not know you that
I
much.
think Shaunda was the first one that you met
It was.
in school.
And y'all
And
switched
then I came out
for a day.
For a day. Yeah,
And
we did
had,
switch.
I want to say 3rd or 4th period together. And you just look angry.
I looked angry.
You did. You look real angry that day. I'm like, ugh, she looked good, but she was angry.
I thought I was trying to keep up the persona. I felt like Shaunda was an angry person.
No, she was not. I'm like, I know this is not Shaunda, but hey, because I don't know. I think she told me I was switching that day, or somebody told me. Somebody in there was telling me, and somebody was in your face the whole day. And you just looked angry.
Somebody was in my face the whole day.
Entire.
But I think I wanted to just try to keep not be so out there because I didn't know how to act. It's Shaunda in her school, and I don't know how Shaunda acts on a daily basis. I just knew that I had to show up to the classes that I needed to, but
we didn't do nothing in that class.
Yeah, no, none.
Did y'all do anything at y'all? What school was you going to?
I was going to Chesapeake.
Chesapeake.
Yeah, and she had Spanish and I had French. She gave me a C-, and I think I gave her a B.
Not gonna get it.
Cool being twins.
Not gonna get it.
It never happened in history. I think me and Shaunda are the only ones that actually switched schools and not classes.
I never switched classes with my twin.
You guys are lame.
Call it what you want. I didn't feel like it. We got in trouble because they thought we were switching, and it was stupid.
So you just never did it?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I think I wanted to go back on because I was 18 when I lost my virginity to you my senior year. Or it was junior year. I think it was my junior year.
Was it your junior year?
I think it was. we were still messing with whoever. I know we talked about that, but like I think it was the junior year because we went to prom together.
You're right.
No,
we went to
It
junior
was
prom
after
together.
because junior prom I was still a virgin. I was trying to get with you that night. And I was like, oh my gosh, the hotel. I remember walking into the hotel with someone was like, what is you doing? She gave me like a look. Cause I'm like, nothing. I just wanted to like see what.
Calvin took us all home that night.
Yeah.
I remember that. He dropped you off first. And we were in the back seat doing some shit we had no business doing. But hey.
Crazy. Wild. We did.
We were.
That is crazy.
Fun time.
Different time.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
But I'm going to reflect on those like later on.
That was junior year, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good times.
I know.
I don't know. Okay, so I think remembering when we talked about, it was two conversations I'll never forget when you told me that you really like what I did with my throat and my tongue. I swear to goodness, it was like, I felt like to me it was like the best hit that I ever gave, and I think that you agreed. We would never forget that day. Like that's something between me and you that we would just never forget. It was perfect. But the other one that I remember is when you were in your class and I was in my class and I was texting you just words about like moist, slow, flood, like something. You're just like, bro, I'm a little bit hot right now. And I'm like,
it used to be mad.
In school that we was doing this, but I had to, cause I don't know. It was just something about you. I was just like, I didn't know right then and there, but I was like, this is somebody that I might lose my virginity to.
We had so much sexual attention. It was ridiculous.
We did. I think we were young. We were
just real
young, but then like.
But it wasn't like that with anybody else.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. I don't know. Cause then I think after we talked and like finding out if, when we talked before and we said it was just like bad timing between us, I feel. Cause I wanted to be, I wanted to be your girlfriend. I think I said that before, but it was just bad timing because of who you was dealing with.
Yeah. That ended horribly. Let me tell you that.
Very, very, very. And I just thought it was so easy between us. I'm like, we would have been the shit if we was together, but it really was just bad timing.
That's crazy. I think. Yeah. Right after I graduated, I went up and left to school. So I would only see you like when I came home.
Yeah.
Near anyway.
But no. How old you say you were 14 when you lost virginity?
When was my sophomore year?
Yeah.
It was disgusting losing my virginity. I gotta say, it was on the basement floor. It was cold as shit.
How'd they go? Did you know what you were doing?
You know, I stayed in the basement at Calvin's house.
Yeah.
Did I know what I was doing?
Yeah.
No.
Not at all.
I wore a condom, no. I knew how to put that on.
But
I didn't get to talk till...
Did you teach yourself?
Kinda.
Okay.
I didn't get to talk till after. And losing my virginity, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was.
Was it the
cold.
best feeling in the world?
No, couldn't feel much with that condom on. I gotta say, you could not. Especially the ones I used to wear back then. It was. Couldn't feel much of shit. It stunk because it smelled like latex. And it was. I mean, it was cool because I lost it. But it was not like. I don't know. You remember it because it's your first, but.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best sex I've had.
Wasn't the best. That's bad. That's sad. Well, I mean, it is the first time though. So
my
like,
older brother walked in on me on purpose, and like cheered me on. It was so awesome.
I forgot about that. You did something cheered you on about that.
They did. Like, came down there with fucking flashlights and some more shit, and they were.
I would have had a heart attack. But
man, it was so embarrassing.
Sorry, guys. The camera died. What I was about to say. You know, in a word, I know that you were nasty because I knew that I was nasty too, right? This leads into the day that I was just sending you words and you were irritated and I got that irritation. And it's just so funny. It was like, meet me in the hallway. And with Overly, they had the steps. The stairwell, yeah. And I don't know what I was risking, but for some reason, I was like, I ain't no punk either. But I really did want to like do it because I was even like excited about what I was texting. I never gave it off, but I was very like pat on the back. I was like, I got that man hard with just some words.
It was
through
bad.
text. Yeah, it was a good time. I don't know that we went into the stairwell and
Yeah.
I touched it with my tongue. It was a
It was
different
funny
time.
because I still don't like the top step, and you like still don't like towards the bottom.
Did I?
Yeah,
I swear I thought we was like same level and I just went down to
we
it.
was wilding out.
Yeah, it's crazy because I think I got like 3 or 4 sucks in
And you would
then
always
somebody
please,
walked
and then
there.
you'd be like, "Oh, see you another day." I'd be like,
no.
"Fuck."
I did. I was like, I gotta make a winner. At the time I was reading 50 Shades of Grey, or I think 50 Shades of Grey came out. Not sure. It's one of the two, but
Right.
I was like, I gotta make this man want me.
It was bad.
It was different times though. It was a
It
good
was
time.
fun time.
Very fun. Very fun. I want to say after, again, this trust thing, because even though your situation was happening, I knew that we were still single when we did it
Yeah.
around the time. But before, when we were texting, it really was just friends. I really
That's
don't
the
know
funny
how to
thing about it.
describe it. Yeah.
I got a story about that shit.
What happened?
Fucking. So you know, I took you to prom, Jane.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Because the person I was with at the time said they don't want to wear a dress, which is odd.
Dumb.
Each
Sorry.
his own.
But you're right. Sorry. It's
like,
not dumb
okay.
at all. It's not dumb at all.
I asked them originally out of, respect for my relationship because,
Yeah.
she said, nope, don't want to wear a dress. I'm like, well, we're not going to streets. What the fuck is going on here? So she said no. So naturally I had nobody to go with. And then, perfect timing. You popped up. I was like, I'm not saying no. You know what I'm saying?
Did
Like,
I ask you? I asked
yeah.
you.
We kind of like talked and we both figured out like we had no date. So we kind of like mutually agreed. And I was
Right.
like, I'm not against it because the person I asked said no. And I'm
Right.
like, I'm not going alone. It's kind
Wow.
of weird.
In my end, I thought that nobody asked you, and then I was like the only one.
Crazy.
Yeah, no.
The
But-
common
Yeah.
sense that you would think your significant other will go with.
Correct.
No.
And that's what I expected. So I thought, like, I mean, they're not together anyway. That's how I thought. That's what I thought.
And they said no. I said, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
So we both had came to an agreement. We gonna go with each other and shit.
Yeah.
And we did.
Yeah.
And she hated that shit.
I didn't know that she did.
She hated it. And it's crazy because you said no. I mean, it's not like I'm doing anything.
No.
But
Just showed up
yeah, really.
in a different.
I don't
Yeah.
even think she came to the pictures. She didn't even come.
No.
Mm.
I don't think so either.
But fucking my brother, right? So Darian he cannot lose an argument, right? He's so stubborn. He refused to lose an argument.
Yeah.
We were arguing one day and I'm on the phone with my ex, which was my girlfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he just makes up a whole lie. Like,
Stop playing.
you fucked Shaunda. I said, huh? A whole lie, like a whole lie. This is like way before we
Boy,
did it.
love drama. Why, yo?
Yeah, he's fucking wild. He stared at pot, and she's on speaker, and she hangs up. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, no.
It was ridiculous, and she believed like through and through that we were fucking that entire time. And I'm like, you know what's crazy? We never even fucked it.
You know what's crazy too? When she posted me and Shaunda, it was us, me and Shaunda in our bathing suit pictures. We were standing and we took a picture in front of the mirror. I think she ended up screenshotting it and screenshotting it and then posting it and saying like, crazy how my ex cheated on me with two sets of twins or some shit like that. And I was like, what? Shaunda, me and her was in the bathroom like, what the fuck does this mean? She was like, I said, do you want to respond? She said, no, because it's like, dumb, it's not true. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
she gonna think what she wanna think, but it's still crazy. It's still crazy.
And of course, it coming from my brother, it was like, she's like, why would he lie? I said, y'all don't understand. This nigga refused to lose an argument. He would go
To
the
make up a
extra
whole
mile.
lie.
He would make up a whole fucking scenario.
That's crazy.
But she couldn't get to her. He was like, your brother wouldn't lie. I said, oh, but he would.
But he would. But she don't
By
believe
then,
you.
she was already. And then one day, right? This was like, we were broken up, right? Mm-hmm. But I decided to go hang out with her one day. Shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And I left my phone open, unlocked, and I think you were sending me pictures. It was perfect timing.
Bro.
So she was wilding out like, I said, oh, hold on. Hold on. You didn't know anything.
But you know what's crazy? That she probably sent the text like, yeah, I like these.
Man, I probably went back. I did a fucking dirt.
No, oh my God.
I used to pay for a fucking app. The amount of shit you used to send me, I had a whole app.
You had an app?
A whole app I paid for a year just to have stuff in it. I'm like, this is too good. You know, iPhones that used to have the little hidden little album. I'm like, this shit can't stay just out my phone. Boy,
Yeah, it is true. Wow, paying for an app for
that high
nobody to see your
school
shit.
was something else.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
Motherfuckers on the football team. So, we were 16, class of 16. The motherfuckers from 15,
Yeah,
so annoying.
very.
So annoying. And so
Very
nosy.
much. And we had to deal with them. We had to deal with them all.
Which one of y'all fuck the twins?
And
And I would act so stupid every time. Like, what y'all talking about? And nigga, I'm not telling y'all.
yeah, no, which is very weird because I remember when you said, I think when I finally told you when we hung out at on the border restaurant where I said I wasn't dealing with anybody, but you thought that I was dealing with.
I used to get so jealous. So jealous.
How see how you were.
So jealous.
I swear to goodness, I was all for you. You just didn't know. I thought I was giving you all the signs and me being all for you, but I was just like, let me step back because he dealing with who? Because anytime that I seen you with either one of them or mostly the other one, her, I got so jealous. I was so upset.
Wait, which one?
I'm
The
like,
young one or the one already?
The young one.
Really?
Was she younger? I think
She was a lot younger.
Yeah. I was so upset.
We barely seen each other.
Right?
Yeah.
We
barely even seen it. Like, we weren't too PDA.
It doesn't seem like it.
It
But
never
all I
seemed
knew
like
was that y'all was having sex.
Yeah, we were.
And that was making me pissed off. I was so jealous about it because I'm like, he's supposed to be having sex with me. I was so upset about it.
That relationship was like a blank.
I don't understand it.
Usually I'm in a relationship for a minute. Like, the one before that, I was in a relationship for 3 years with that girl.
Yeah.
Wow, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they both ended kind of similar.
Isn't it crazy? What do you put yourself into? It just happened.
Let me see. I had a 3-year relationship in high school, and then was 8 months.
Do you feel like those relationships count? Like then
high school, I don't count high school relationships.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Even though me and so and so were 3 years, I still do not count it because I think she's engaged now.
Stop playing.
Yeah, and I had an ex from college that's engaged now. We were together almost 3 years. It's crazy.
You're alone, like all in type with God when you're in a relationship.
I don't know. No, well,
Things change.
I was. So the one from college, right, was more so. I hate to word it like that. 'Cause I did like her a lot, right? I could say loved because a lot of people ain't dealing with the shit I dealt with her. She had a really fucked up situation. Really fucked up. And it kind of was like, a lot of it was out of pity. And it was like me being a crutch, and I did not. I would never do that shit again.
Yeah, no.
It ain't none of my business. Whatever y'all going on. I made that shit like, oh no, you're going to do this. So I'll be like the person to take you away from, but that shit ended up me being a fucking punching bag. It fucking sucked.
Wild.
People be, I don't know, they don't know how to deal with their trauma and shit. So
Nobody does. I feel like with nowadays, people don't really know how to work through that
people
trauma.
don't seek.
But, I mean, that's just like the general thing that I just wanted to talk about, then the connection and relationships that you build with somebody. And not vulnerable. I don't want to feel like I felt like vulnerable to you, but you did make me feel in it. Yeah, it is.
It has to be.
And I don't know, it was just a lot of trust gained. And I think with over relationships and you gain a lot of trust with people, it just ends up happening. But I don't know, I still appreciate you for what you did. I don't know. It's not saying like feeling like you opened the door to anything, but like it. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. And I was just telling Shaunda about like how I was listening to like a video and she was saying about something about like a connection that you had like a friend or somebody that will always be there in a way, and like you never forget your first and that stuff. So it's cool that we're still like friends to this day, even though it's been, I don't know, we just it's always like months that we reach out to each other, like 3 months
Random
go by.
fucking quarterly updates.
And it's cool though, because I'm like, Darius, and I'm not going to even lie, I don't want to make it feel like you're like a fallback guy, but you're my safe guy. I don't know how to describe it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just check and be like, are you dealing with someone?
That's what I'm asking, because it's just like, it's cool that like, you're great, by the way. I don't know how to like describe like when we're in intimate together, but it's really, really good. And then I feel like now with learning, like for me, and I said previous podcasts, and I learned sex through porn. So I always thought it had to be that dramatic, like, oh my God.
Last forever.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
And then knowing that it really wasn't, I'm like, okay, this is it. And the last time that we did, I felt very natural. Like I don't feel like I was putting on anything for you. Because I felt like the first time I was, like, because I was young. Like, I'm like, this is how it's going to be. He's going to love all this shit. And that's how it was. But it's the whole thing.
So you learned through porn?
I did.
Initially.
I did. I didn't really have, like,
Crazy.
the proper, like, it should be like a natural thing. But being porn, I'm like, okay, if I turn my head that way and say that and moan like that, that he would like it.
Teach us on. Some people are into all that shit. Superficial shit. You know what I'm saying?
I need a natural thing now. I need to know.
I would have sex just actually just doing it myself. Honestly. It's like you're bad at it because you know what you're doing at first, and then, I mean, if you choose to progress, it's on you or learn.
I didn't know. That's how you learn this by trying anyway.
Funny, weird enough, I learned oral sex through a Twitter thread. I read it thoroughly, and I did it, and it worked out. It was like a fucking blueprint, and I've been following it since, and it's never failed me. Seriously, I read a fucking thread, and it showed me how to give a female head. And I did it, and it worked, and it's been working since. Have I? I have. I think the last time we did, I have. It was dark as shit, but I did.
Hey? You did?
And then that morning we did shower sex.
Oh, that was another good one too.
It was.
He told me that he never did have it, so I'm like, I gotta
that was my first time having it.
Barrier. That was another pat on my back for myself because I'm like, that's another thing that she's definitely gonna remember. Two big ones that you will not forget ever. It's good shit.
It is.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It is good. Wild. I'm talking about making connections and trust. All this to say in this conversation is that I did gain trust with Darius and talking to you. Talking to you and like getting to know you. Like I never felt so sure the day of. I was a little bit nervous because of like after we did it. And I went home, I told my mom and my sister Stacy that day. And it was just very weird because like, I was like, can you guys meet me upstairs? It was like, Stacy was eating Chinese food. She said, I'm gonna take a couple bites of my food and I'm gonna go upstairs. And I'm like, okay. And my mom was in the bed. My sister like came upstairs and she had her hands on her hips like, what? Like, what's up? And I'm like, so I lost my virginity today. And she's like, what? And my mom was like, no, you didn't, girl. Like, school ends off at like 3. I said, well, mom was like, seniors, we get out early.
Right.
So I left early. And she's like, my mom was like, I thought you would wait. And then Stacy.
Wait for what? Though?
She was.
Marriage?
Yeah, no, like, yes. Yeah. Waiting for marriage. So that was another interesting conversation. I'm like, I don't know. Like, everybody was having sex. Not around the time, I didn't do it because everybody was having sex. I did it because I felt comfortable and ready to have sex with you.
That's good.
And like with Stacy, then she was just like, what is Darius to you? And I said, saying the same thing. I built a connection with him. I like him, but we aren't together. And she was just like, oh, so like you're the homegirl. And I'm like,
a little bit deeper than home.
That's how she saw it as, because she was just like, because I told her about the incident, like as soon as we finished, you went right to your phone and you looked up the picture of like her, but not her, the other one before her.
Really?
Because something was going on with and you ended up like going to her picture or something like that on Instagram. It's either or her, but I would say like that's what got me, and that's what Stacy was just like, okay, then you're the homegirl. And that's how it seemed it was. And I'm like, nah, like I think we really meant something, and it could have been something, but we just never.
We never did. Escalated.
We never had it to. We didn't have to be.
Yeah.
I think it was a
Whatever
natural
was going
thing.
on was just flowing for us.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was.
Everything doesn't have to be,
Yeah.
the whole girlfriend. But I mean,
Yeah.
don't know. I think we'd have worked regardless, but whatever we were going on, we were both single at the time anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm like, what it is. I
Yeah.
just heard in that moment, 'cause it's just like right after. I wanted like a little cuddle session. I tried to,
You're a cuddler at the time?
no,
No,
not
just
anymore.
then?
I think now that I know and learning boundaries, that I'm willing to say like, you can go home now. Like you don't have to stay. And I don't want them to make it feel like it's a bad thing, but I'm like, you did what you needed
Just
to do,
be
and
awkward.
it doesn't have to
Just be sitting
be
around like,
right. Like, so when you gonna leave?
what you about to do?
It don't gotta be that. It doesn't have to be that. But like, yeah, I don't know. I'm now comfortable to like letting people know.
Yeah, like,
Or
cool.
you know.
Yeah.
Did not put that out there. It crossed my mind. We're not gonna do this. I'm trying to keep it professional, but it just never happens that way.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But lately, I ain't gonna say lately, but the past times we've linked up, you disappear.
I do.
I'll
And
be like,
I
what the
now
fuck?
again, I always have to like appreciate podcasts. I said this before, but learning the words of what I need to say and how I feel at the moment. And I don't want it to ever come off harsh, but I'm just being honest, straightforward. And I didn't know how to be straightforward at the time. So I'm like, I'm just gonna be gone. Like, I'm gonna just go. And that's how it was. I don't know. How'd you feel that I disappeared?
The last time, I was
Correct.
I was like, damn, what the fuck is going on here? I
Yeah.
was a little confused, a little hurt, a little butthurt.
Were you, because I don't know, were you looking
know.
for a relationship around the time that we talked?
That time I like took you out and all that. I was like,
Correct.
maybe we'll try.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
But then you just upped and poofed. I was like,
Because I wasn't
shit.
sure what it was. I don't know that was going down. I'm like, I think
And then I was like, am I being
get
intentional enough? I don't know. But
I don't think you were. Again, I didn't really have the words.
We
to
never
tell you
really
that
went out. So I'm like, let's go out on a date. And then you just like,
we can
like,
go.
man.
And then after it's like,
I was like, I did not hear from you at all. I'm like, oh
didn't
shit, did I say
know.
something wrong?
Dang, I'm sorry.
I get stuck in my head a lot. It's like a lot of self shit. And then I was like, maybe she's not on that. So I was like, maybe I should do play it cool.
I think around the time I should have said that I'm really not looking for something and I just want sex. The date felt very, to me, that's what you wanted to do, not sex, but like having a relationship. And I was just like, maybe that's what he want. And I didn't know how to ask you, so I was just like, I'm gonna just fall back. Like I'm gonna just go, cause
I'm glad you probably fell back in that moment because I think I was just jumping into something else I didn't need to jump to anyway.
Well, that's how life is. Jumping into stuff and then regretting it after.
I don't think I
Or
regretted
making it work
because
out.
we were real familiar with each other. But people change, people grow.
Correct.
So
What do you feel like you grow into? Do you feel like, how you feel right now in your life? How old are you?
25, I'll be 26 September.
How excited.
Yeah.
How you feel now, like being like 25 or 26? Like, it's like dating or like personal, whatever.
I feel old.
Yeah.
I always wondered what I look like when I turned 20 something. I was like, fuck, am I gonna be bald or some shit?
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm not.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Look great.
Yeah.
Can't get over this. Like, you really do look good.
Thanks. I didn't think I had braces. I think it's a little bit.
I like the braces,
A little
actually.
old for braces.
No.
But
Gotta do whatever was best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're expensive as fuck.
Yeah, it is wow. It is wow.
Yeah, 25 it's nice.
It's a good year.
I'm glad I reached it.
Yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers didn't.
For real. It's crazy. Shout out to them. Sorry. That's not what I want.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Shit.
Like,
I don't
rest
know.
in peace to my fallen homies.
Well, a lot of them went home.
A lot of them still.
We know.
We know y'all. But like, I don't know.
A fucked up reality.
Yeah, it is. But you here. Have you feel like you've grown a lot after like sexually as a man? Like, do you feel like you've grown a lot into yourself?
In a lot of areas, I think. Especially emotionally, which I used to be horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible with my emotions.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's a lot of work.
Keep it to yourself.
A lot of self-reflecting. A lot of people don't do the work.
Yeah.
I had a bad habit of like going into the cycles. Like I reached out to exes and I'd be like, why am I reaching out to the same ex?
I was the same way, but I don't see you as like an ex. I'm like, I don't know why I keep reaching out to Darius. Like, why? What is this?
I thought it was like, are we stuck in this fucking cycle?
Correct.
But
It's
then
a cool
I'm
circle to
like,
be in, though. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm
yeah,
like, Darius will be.
it's never been anything like
Mistake
harmful to me.
Yeah.
Like as opposed to other people. Like I repeat the cycle with other people, and it should just be kind of fucked me up in the long run. But yeah, I never looked at you as like an ex or anything like that. Huh.
I'm a safe girl.
That's
Really
weird.
like, I don't know how to
You're
like.
my safe space.
Correct.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I think we got an understanding of each other.
I think it was kind of a shock that we ended up getting intimate like we did. Because at first, that whole fucking high school thought me and Shaunda was dealing with each other.
Oh, wow.
It was so funny.
Completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Like, Shaunda, like, I didn't understand it, too. Because, like, being at Chesapeake, when she talked about you and, like, which I use my little.
She would call me ugly.
Yeah, my little ugly.
That's what it
and
was.
she would also have it in her phone as little ugly. I'm like, it seemed like it's more. Like, what is this?
Everybody
She's like,
thought
no,
it was
like,
more.
we're really just really good friends. Nobody believed it.
She's a big flirt, though. I will say that.
Correct. That's what I thought. Because, like, I'm like, when I think when we hang out, I can't remember. I wasn't going to school yet. I think I went to a game or something and, like, seeing y'all. But, like, Shaunda was a flirt. And it seemed like it was to not get on somebody's nerve, but it seemed like it was to, like, poke a little bit of whoever.
At first, I'll just figure out, like,
dealing
this
with.
is who she is because she first fought. And then, once she noticed it irritated a certain person, then it would be like, okay, yeah, now I'm fucking with it. And my dumb ass would play right along
That is true.
and get chewed out for it.
That
and
is
then be like,
true.
what are you talking about? It wasn't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you call someone being nice as flirting?
No, I know what like good mannerisms are and all that. Especially like me experiencing people who aren't from here going to college and all that.
Right.
Like a lot of Southern people are just like really nice compared to us up here where they ain't as open and shit. Like some people could take it around like, oh, they flirt with me or they want me, but it's just a different kind of mannerism from different areas.
Really is.
But she is a flirt. I can say that.
Would you call me a flirt? Am I really opposite from Shaunda?
Yours is like intentional. I mean, hers is intentional sometimes, but I feel like naturally that's just who she is.
Yeah.
But yours is like, I know when you're doing it intentionally. And it's, I don't know, it's always been like a thing between us. We have, you know, just, I don't know how they flirt.
I don't know how they flirt either. It's so funny to me.
I don't know, it's just something that clicks between us. Like eye contact, shit like that.
Everything.
I used to get like really turned on. We would look at each other. I'd be like, oh, gotta stop.
Stop playing. What was
Used to be
what was
bad.
the moment that we had that?
All the fucking time. If I imagine, look, like once we started going there, right? And I would see you. I don't know if it was just you like seeing you, and I'd be like, oh shit, that motherfucker just start going. I was like, this shit has to stop. I didn't want it to stop. But I was like,
no.
It'd be moments where it'd be like, okay, I can't walk around with a hard dick. This shit is ridiculous.
It's so crazy because I guess you really pulled it off very good because I just always thought that you were never interested or you never noticed. Because I always remember that because I was so into you, I made it a point to like show that it, like, we're going to be having a little bit of fun today. Like, I'm like, I'm going to play with this boy today and or touch you in like certain ways or like, you know, you're so funny. I don't know, but I just, yeah, just having those moments are just, yeah. It was a good time.
I wasn't good with, I don't know, expressing how I felt. I got a lot better with that, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Growing,
You go to
being
therapy?
25. I did end up going to therapy.
Were you going to therapy during the school? I feel like somebody talked about that. Like, I'm like, they go to therapy?
I didn't start doing therapy till I got into my apartment I'm in now, which almost 2 years ago. So that was nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Has therapy helped you? Like, open up more? Finding words is what I mean.
I think to open up more. Yeah, finding words, yeah. Opening up more than that, that's something you gotta work on yourself, really. Because I did have therapy my senior year of high school. I don't know if you remember, right?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm like, yes.
I fucking got into this real bad situation. Dealing with an ex I shouldn't have been dealing with, but repeating cycles. And
I think you did
it got
mention
physical.
I think you did mention it.
And therapy was like a, what's the word for it? Like a prerequisite so I wouldn't get expelled. I had to go through anger management.
Remember this.
Yeah.
Anger management shit.
And I didn't talk at all.
I didn't believe it at all.
Because
I was like, he's never angry. I know him.
No, I used to be real bad with my emotions, especially anger. I usually don't let people like outside of my immediate home get me to that point. But my parents can take me there. My Swing could take me there.
Yeah, definitely. I remember.
Family and of course, and close friends would take you there. Not really close friends, but they could always push the right button. And I, act a little unruly. But this day, I don't know, I was getting tested and I lost control. So I ended up having to do therapy then, but the therapist they put me in with was the same therapist as my father. Me and my father did not have a great relationship in high school, so I'm like, why the fuck do I want his therapist?
Yeah.
And if anything, it was a conflict of, a conflict some way.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to have the same therapist.
Yeah.
I felt like whatever I tell you, you're going to run and tell her.
Yeah.
And I didn't like him at the time. So I'm like, fuck you, I ain't saying shit.
Yeah.
So he's asking questions, I'm just sitting there, he's like, and my father's in the room. Somebody I see is like my enemy at the moment is in the room with me. They're like, oh, would you feel more comfortable if Kelvin left? And the fuck with my father, I said, yes, he needs to leave. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm saying, see, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what happened.
So yeah, that was my first go round. And it took me a minute to want to do therapy again after that shit, because it felt like, what's the point?
Yeah.
My first go round was ass.
Yeah.
So I did it again. Shit was expensive. Let me say. I did a woman this time, a black woman. My first time was an old white man, which I don't really think matters. Humans are humans, but it's like, I feel like,
but
us,
people seem more
we have more
relatable.
connections
You
and more
guys
shit to
know,
relate
like,
to.
yeah.
It's certain shit that,
Exactly.
other people aren't going to pick up on.
Correct.
Or they're just, naive to, because they don't experience it. And I chose a woman because they're a little bit more empathetic, I think.
I think I said that to a friend, that I like talking to the opposite sex males more, because I find that women are more judgmental sometimes, so it's very hard for them,
I felt
for
the
me
same
to
way with
relate.
men.
So, yeah,
I think women
I'd
are
rather
more
talk
empathetic.
to you. I feel like it's very easy to talk to a guy besides a girl.
I get that.
Yeah.
I chose a woman because they're more empathetic towards stuff.
Gotcha.
Or like my mother. I thought about my mother. And I'm like, maybe she's a mom, even if she isn't. You know what I'm saying? She has the opportunity to experience motherhood.
Correct.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So it was good.
Yeah.
I don't know why I stopped, but I stopped.
Hey.
It worked out
feel
in
like
the moment.
you got to stop at some point, especially if you feel like you grow in a manner of ways of like, what's the point of me paying now, whatever, I take these tools.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, you take the tools and then use it outside and
I was going
still work it
for
out.
probably about 6 months. I would see her every 2 weeks.
Healthy. You're such a man.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't do that.
They don't.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people feel like they ain't got the time.
If you can afford therapy, go to therapy, if you can. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a luxury, I must say.
It is a luxury. It really is. But I never really know how to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. This veered off for initially, because I did say that I wanted to just talk about connection, how I gained trust and losing my virginity with you after learning the real way of having sex. It didn't really feel in the moment. I can't believe that I was doing it, but I was doing it. And then afterwards I felt great, but then I actually felt very guilty as soon as I left your house.
Guilty?
Yeah, it's only because my mom, thinking about her, and her first thing was I thought you were going to wait until you're married. So I'm like, oh man, I definitely broke something. I'm not sacred anymore or some shit like that. I know, but that was just, it's more pressure on females than the guy.
Of course.
High five for that.
You're just okay. I mean, my father was pissed because he was like, I told you, you need to learn about this, this, and that. So he grabbed the this was after the fact, of course, but I always work on him.
Yeah.
He grabbed the fucking flashlight, flipped it around, took a con, and was like, this is how you do it. I hope you did it like
cringy.
this.
I can't believe it. A whole flashlight and no.
I mean, kind of like a dick, just flat it inside. So
yeah.
I hope you do it like this, blah, blah, blah.
So it's a banana. It's usually a banana.
I know. Usually it's I don't think he wanted to waste a banana, putting the fucking latex over it. Just a peel anyway, but
yeah.
He used the flashlight. Showed me how to put it on. I knew how to put it on for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first started, right, I would take the condom off, even though a lot of times it was dark because the basement had no windows.
Right.
Once you turn the lights out, it's fucking pitch black. I would you take a condom out the wrapper, it's flat, and the shit you need it sticks up. So that's the part you just roll on. So I always either feel for it or look at the condom and see that it's pointing up. Because if you do it the other way, you'll have to roll out and you're putting it on backwards.
Yeah.
So that was my, growing up, that was like my easy way to go to it. And
Good thing.
yeah,
Hey, at least you got that experience.
you know what I'm saying?
It just happened for me. I was just nothing but videos then, and I'm like, okay, the physical thing is gonna happen sooner or later, and then it happened with you.
And at one point when we started to do it, like,
What?
like consistently, I started to get like interested, like, oh, let's record. You never wanted to do that. Like, you never wanted to.
I was so scarred. And then when
Scarred
I
with what,
scarred,
though?
but I feel like it just seemed like that video that got out of the girl who was giving head outside of the house, outside of the school, got put out there. And I trusted you, right, to do that, but I didn't trust you to have something so on your phone. I don't know how to, like, vulnerable, physical, like I didn't trust that. Yeah, sacred on your phone. And I'm like, it would have to be on mine, but I said I wouldn't even want to record. I just want to be in this moment. But I don't know.
My hormones are really bad. Like,
They're really cool to have though, cause like now I would love to do it. I would like having that and then like look back. I'm like, damn, I really worked this shit on.
you know what I'm saying?
But I never really want to know that the camera's there, but it's there. But yeah,
Yeah, I think it's funny how it all played out.
ideas.
Because everybody was like, how did you end up fucking with her? I thought you was one. I said, look, that's where I was wrong. Everybody said,
That was annoying too. Like, oh yeah, he had both twins. I'm like, excuse me? I said, him and Shaunda are just friends.
That's what I'm saying.
We're somewhat the real deal on the secret behind doors. We know what it is. Like, that's how I was saying it. But like,
I don't think we really got like really intimate until we were like out of school though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really like the summer. We got real intimate.
I was dealing with people who had to drive me there. I had to make it like, it seemed like Shaunda was a cock blocker. I'm not even gonna lie. I was so upset because it definitely seemed like every time that she, like, it seemed like I was about to do something. Shaunda, like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. But I was like wanting to go to your house after getting out of school and like wanting to hang out. And it just seemed like she just always had like an eye on me, but like,
So what was her
things
2 cents
happen.
on everything? What was her whole 2 cents on it? You know guys ever talked about it?
When I told her, because I told my mom her, and then I told someone, I was like, I lost my virginity to Darius. So she was just like, really? I said yes. And then I talked to her, and she didn't seem like it was bad, but I think she also thought about the same thing of like you dealing with who you were dealing with. So I'm not gonna say her focus is mainly on that, but she didn't really like saying that, like, oh, okay, you lost your virginity.
She had a similar situation, but hers was so much worse. So bad. She was gonna fight the girl and all that.
So bad.
And it's crazy. I was cool with the girl, and she lived fucking 8 houses down from me. I'm like, bro, what is this shit?
Yeah, wild.
And it was so weird.
High school was really Fight Club.
I was getting close to her, but I was already cool with Shaunda. And so she was like, get your fucking home girl. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Get your boyfriend. Like,
It was so funny. It's crazy.
It was
High
so
school
much
times
going
is
on.
like a lot of drama, a lot of
So
sex.
much.
Always
So much drama at that school.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy that
You
side
didn't
of
like it?
the drama side.
Seemed like you were in it though.
I seem to be always in it. That's crazy.
Yeah. You didn't really have to be, but
nobody ever like, never got physical over the shit. It got, and almost got, I think it did get physical with Shaunda and the whole shit she had going on. It was a lot going on.
yeah.
But
it's a real laid back person.
they kept trying to rope you into it, and I used to get so jealous.
I didn't know how. Why?
They used to always rope you into it.
I don't understand.
Shawanda's bullshit. And they were like, oh, Shaunda
Just
was
because
here
it's a twin
with
thing.
so-and-so.
It's
And
a twin thing. Like if one twin is a part of it, then the other one obviously have to be. So like it really is a twin thing.
I don't know. I think they caught on to like, I don't know, but they'd be like, oh yeah, Shaunda was here too. I was like, bro,
wasn't.
why y'all telling me? I used to be like, why y'all telling me?
They didn't want it to. They just knew how to stir up the pot.
It was
they
so
knew
annoying.
your weak spot. Tell me how was your weak spot?
You were.
No, it wasn't.
I used to get so jealous. It'd be bad.
Really?
And it'd be one person because he was so ugly to me. I was like, what the fuck do we got in common? what is the commonality here?
It's so true, because like it was, I remember God, and I'm like, I don't understand, because again, I was all for you. I remember I was a night hanging out with him, and Shaunda was doing her thing with the dude, and I'm like, all right, cool. But I knew that I was saving myself for you. So I
what
did not do
you know
anything.
really got
with
me one
him.
day, and it got me like so heated, but I didn't want to show you. I was pissed.
What?
One day he was with me, and he was blowing your phone up. Oh
real?
my god! So your sister was in Holland Hills, right, with so and so, and you were with me at the time. I think you took. I used to have a like an SUV or something. You
Yeah.
drove it or a van. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think
and you
one
drove
of
it down
the
to me, and we was just talking. And your phone was blowing the fuck up. And I didn't want to look, but I looked for a second because it kept flashing. And I seen the name, and it was, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Your sister right here. Where you at? I was like, oh my God.
Wild.
Huh?
Oh, I said wild.
It was wild.
Didn't really
And I
remember
said,
that.
I said, she really fucking with this donkey face motherfucker?
And
I
that's
was
why
pissed.
I just stopped this from. That's what I said. The timing thing was just way off.
It wasn't.
Because
It
I was
was
really off for you. You know.
Yeah.
You
I was just
know.
like, fuck this. I don't know what I'm going to do because I ain't going to stop messing with her, but fuck this.
I don't know. I guess then to like wrap this all up, I do appreciate you and the relationship that we built together around the time, and something that we still have. I ain't gonna lie, it's still something that lingers. I just don't know what it is. And I mean, and if it is nothing, but it's naturally nothing, and things
I'm fine
happen,
with
and
that.
that's what I mean. We're like so fine with it. I don't know. Just feel very comfortable. Again, this is the first. I don't know if this is like a connection between you being my first, but I feel very safe with you because of what we have.
That warms my heart. I gotta say. It feels good. Yeah. I think it's always just been
Yeah. Any last
natural.
closing thoughts for you?
That was weird. I don't think we ever told each other we loved each other.
No, never.
Never.
I felt that.
I
Like
did too.
I didn't know. I think around the time I found out the word infatuation, and I was like, I think I'm infatuated with him because of what he did for me.
Right.
But if it was love in a way, I'm glad blindly whatever I got to like get that from you.
I think it was love
I
at one
don't
point. I think
know.
it is love.
It's crazy.
It doesn't have to be necessarily like the romance. I mean, there's a lot of romance involved, but it doesn't have to
Physical.
be the romantic. You know
So
what I'm
and
saying?
romantic, but both
Yeah.
physical. I don't know. It's just such a connection when you find somebody who's sexually at your level and then mentally as well is a
Yeah,
thing.
we clicked pretty well.
Exactly.
Pretty well.
Wow.
I like it.
If things happen. Where can people find you?
Where can you find me?
Yes.
It's crazy. I don't want to say my Instagram. I post once a year. Literally.
I know. This is so
I think
true.
I might be lying because my last post might be from 2 years ago. But
Well, you're on there.
I'm on there.
You just don't post, but you're on there.
_21. Yeah, I'm on there like story wise, but I don't post.
Mm-hmm.
My Twitter is Kane, 2 G's, D _. That's the at.
Mm-hmm.
The name. So you got your at name and then you got the other name.
Make it so complicated.
Right. It's Heartbreak Kid because there might be another Kane dude.
You're a heartbreak kid?
That's my name on Twitter.
Okay.
I think my Instagram shit is
It's
like
X
Phony
now.
Soprano.
Yeah.
It is X now, Elon.
Right.
And that's it. That's about it.
That's it. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. Please remember to rate, like, comment, and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. If you have any thoughts on this, please DM or comment. Or if you'd like to share your experiences, please email me at imjustsharingpod@gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in to another one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.